Hello, friends. This is Dave Hurwitz, executive editor at ClassicsToday.com, here with great recordings you've never heard of. And this is really an interesting one. It's Leonard Bernstein conducting Respighi, of all things, the Pines of Rome and Festa Romana, Roman festivals. There are a lot of reasons we probably didn't hear of this, at least until this thing showed up. First of all, according to the sticker, this was its first release on compact disc. And I don't remember the LP. I mean, I was around, but, there were a lot of LPs coming out with Bernstein and the New York Philharmonic. And he had his reputation in certain repertoire, and Respighi was not it, that's for sure. And I guess the LP went out of print rather quickly. I mean, because, Ormandy was the Respighi guy on Sony, on the Sony label. Remember, the Respighi album was always available. I had that, and I know a lot of you did too. This CD was reissued in... let's see. Let me see if I can find a year. 1998. 1998. So it was unavailable for a long, long time. But the other thing is, that militated against this. First of all, there is no Fountains of Rome. And single disc CDs or even LPs at one point or another usually had the Fountains of Rome and the Pines of Rome. Festa Romana was the stepchild, considered to be vulgar and noisy and loud and obstreperous. And, well, Bernstein was kind of vulgar and noisy and loud and obstreperous. It was the perfect piece for him. And he plays the daylights out of it. He really does. So I guess they left out the Fountains of Rome to be sort of interesting, to do something different. Also, these two pieces made for longer playing time, because the Fountains of Rome is only about 16 minutes long, and Festivals is quite a bit longer. It's only a 46-minute CD. It's not like, epic filling things. They could have stuffed other stuff on here, but they didn't. And this was not part of the Bernstein Royal Edition. Remember that horrible edition with the, watercolors by now King Chucky? Yes. So, but the playing is really hot. The sonics for Sony at this period with the New York Philharmonic are really good. Let me see if I can find when it was recorded. The actual recording date. That could be an interesting piece of information. Hang on. Here we go. Originally released in 1970. So there you go. Did they say where it was recorded? No, they don't. But they did a very good job. Oh, here it is. Philharmonic Hall. Yeah, Avery Fisher Hall, which had absolutely horrid acoustics. But somehow, recorded on March 19th, 1968 and 1970. Over 2 years. And this is also at the very end of Bernstein's tenure, I think, with the New York Phil, wasn't it? It really is sort of a stepchild among the Bernstein New York Philharmonic recordings. But you would think these big, splashy, showy, pieces would be just right for him. And they are. They really are. And it's not like he's just going through the motions. He has real ideas on how the music ought to go, and they work really well. The tempo manipulations at the end of Festa Romana, for example, are absolutely thrilling and very natural sounding. I mean, everything works and joins together. It's really kind of interesting. And in Pines of Rome, wow, that final march. I mean, it's all beautiful. The opening with the swirling harps and things. I mean, somehow they managed to get their act together sonically. And that final march, wow, baby, with the tam-tams crashing. And it's all very transparent. You hear all the orchestral detail, the pounding bass on the bottom. And boy, oh boy, I was shocked when I heard this. I mean, I had no idea it existed. Hence the topic of this series of videos. And if you can find it, I mean, of course, it's in the big Sony boxes now. It's been reissued and stuffed in various places. But I was really surprised, very pleasantly so, that such a thing as this existed and that it was done so well and that it had been so long since anybody had even noticed it. I don't think anybody noticed it when they noticed it when it was first issued. It just is amazing to me that this thing's been around. But this was the Bernstein Century reissue, which was, of course, another foolish series. I don't know what that meant, but that's okay. They put out a lot of stuff that we didn't otherwise get, and it's certainly worth hearing. I mean, I'm glad to find out that it existed, and you will be too if you haven't heard this. It's very surprising. So keep on listening, friends. Thanks for joining me. Take care.